Hi guys, welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions. Today's video is all about preparation. Now, one thing that my boss always says to me at work, this is the CEO, so it's basically a mantra in which I manage, is planning, forecast, observation, control. You may have heard it if you watched my video on the nerf. Now, planning is all about preparation. For perfect planning makes for perfect positioning. So that's what we're going to talk about today, preparation. When we come to the update of 12.0, we want to make sure that we're kind of prepared for things that are happening. And I've put together a list which a kind of a hard copy can be found in the description and also pinned to a comment below. Just the basis of how we should be prepared. So number one is keep calm and carry on. Obviously, a lot of the things that are happening in the game we don't really know until the point that we can actually play the game as it's new. So we won't really know until the 1st of March whether or not our most favorite champions, the ones that we have, got all the way up to rank 5, our Scarlet Witches, our Ultrons, our Black Widows, are anything that we thought was good. We don't know if it's going to be absolutely terrible until the point that we play them when it comes to the game. On the plus side, it does mean us fellow Marvel Contest of Champions YouTubers are able to then produce new guides and content based on the changes. So we get to show you how things have kind of changed from A to B, and we will still cover those difficult game modes, those Realm of Legends, Road to Labyrinth, End Bosses, and even Labyrinth of Legends. So the second thing, and one of the biggest points, is all about ranking up. If you are over 75,000 in your hero rating, do not rank up your champions. Save your rank up catalysts, your ISOs for the update. Okay. The reason being, if you are over 75,000, then you're going to find that these items, either you're going to rank down your champions using the tickets, and how that will work is it will work as, say, a signature stone where you can click to add it to go up. With this one, you're effectively kind of pressing it and then it's going to take it down. I doubt you can alter it by taking it down by certain amounts by pressing it, but I think it's all about, like, for example here, like I'm pressing up here, down here, up there, down there. It won't work like that. It will just be a kind of a chunk that's taken, and then it will then appear. So the catalyst will appear, and then you'll be able to change your champions around with regards to the ranks based on the fact that the reasons that you rank them up are then not of value to the ones, so therefore you have to take them down. So what do you do if you're lower than 75,001 points? Well, it's important to get yourself up to that bracket. That hero bracket or hero rating bracket is important. So if you've got enough to then get you up to this stage, then it is vitally important that you reach either the 30,001 upwards or 15,001 and upwards. This can be very disappointing, say if someone's just joined from China, because obviously we had the purge from China coming over to this kind of worldwide aspect to it. So hopefully you guys from China that have joined were able to put in sufficient points to get up to that 75,000 plus. If you're feeling a little bit kind of like underwhelmed and kind of a bit sad about this, then it is disappointing that mainly there's nothing for 75,000 and higher. It would have been nice to have something that was, say, either 100,000, 200,000, even 300,000. And there's some people that have even grinded out. I mean, some of our kind of biggest players have reached 500,000. And obviously they're going to feel like it's a bit of a kick in the ass that 75,000 of a hero rating is what you have to get to get all of this. I feel that they should have added in a 5-star awakening gem. I think that would have been very fair. But you can't have everything. And we just have to put up with the fact that 75,000 is the way to go. If you need advice of how to get there, if you've got stored crystals, spend them all. Get to that point. If you're 75,000 and above, don't spend it. Save it until we purge over, until the 12.0 update, and then make a decision about maybe a new champion to look for to rank up. The next thing is Realm of Legends. Realm of Legends is something that is going to suffer for an easy completion. So you're going to have to get this sorted as soon as possible. Using teams around crit rate is probably the best way to go. Characters like Juggernaut, you have Hulk, Colossus, and you can fit in another say 3-star Juggernaut. Play about between 3s and 4s. You could even do 2s if you don't have certain characters, and give it a go. It is going to be either very hard for people, or it's not going to be as hard now, but you've got to give it a go. If you're not able to do it, then it may be harder. We will cover it. I'm sure all Marvel Contest of Champions YouTubers will cover Realm of Legends when we go on to 12.0, but from a start point that you can do it now, it will be the most easiest point with a crit rate team like this. You can even try a different configuration with, or even this, or you could build something around your Star-Lord, which is helpful to the L2. Looking out for certain champions like Guillotine, which will help against Wolverine, and also using Vision against Wolverine, that can work as well. I've done that before quite nicely because the heal block's quite tasty, and as well, punishing by taking away the power. So, there are different options to use, different variations. I'm sure that people have got champions either 2-star, 3-star to give it a go. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will be easy to some, but it's all about doing it now, because we don't know what state of affairs. It's best to kind of do it now, know that we rushed it through and we were wrong, and everything's fine in the end, or we get it done now and we don't have to worry about it in the future. So do try it now if you've not done it already, or save some units now. This running up this week, boom, hit in, give it a go. Road to Labyrinth is a different story. For this, I used so many different combinations and variations. I found that bleeding helped in certain aspects. I found also that champions like Captain America World War II was quite helpful, based on the fact of the perfect block, and as well the armor the character has from a base perspective or block proficiency. Now, as well, my masteries helped out with that, so that's another thing with Realm of Legends and Road to Labyrinth. Mastery setups are set around in a certain way. Obviously, mine were based on crits, and they were also based on perfect block, and also crit damage, crit rate, deep wounds. So there was a good kind of mesh of different ones at the level 60 base masteries. So it was all about using champions that bleed, or cause bleeding, sorry. Perfect block, good perfect block, crit rate, crit damage, the whole shebang. So that's why Black Widow, Captain America World War II, Black Widow was really effective. Black Panther Civil War, it would be really good, better at 4-star. I played about 3-star, but it's you need champions that are going to last a while. And then also I was playing about for a lot of the time with a crit rate team that was giving me the kind of edge to then complete it, and then I was using that around Scarlet Witch. This is the thing, I don't have a Star-Lord. If I did have a Star-Lord, I'm sure that would have made the situation a little bit better, but unfortunately I have to use whatever I've got to complete the end game things like Road to Labyrinth, Realm of Legends, and then obviously I'll have to do something for Labyrinth for Legends in the future. The next thing, and the fourth thing, is read this for yourself. A lot of people want to kind of get our kind of opinions to tell them what's going on, and I think it's always best to read things for yourself, because your own perception of this is different to another person. Some people may read this in a different way. It's a very interesting read, but at the same time it can be misconstrued going in different directions, because we haven't seen it from a kind of visual aspect. It does mean that our own interpretation of how it's going to be is all based on fantasy, and we really need to see it from a kind of an implementation point of view, whether or not it's actually going to be painful for us or also helpful for us. It looks on paper to be painful, but at the same time it's not. But again, we don't know. Next thing is look out for character specific changes. Certain characters are now going to stand out more than others, where others are going to kind of take a back burner, and we're going to have to refocus on who we look at. The first character, which is quite funny to kind of point out, is Spider-Gwen, because The extent of increases mean the character is more interesting, especially if they still allow some aspect of crit hit chance, or if not, well, it's not crit hit chance, it's of critical chance. How that applies to this character means that things like SP1 now grants a large boost of crit hit chance. If you then factor into that then you're going to use the SP2, coupled with the fact that it increases the amount of armor break caused during Hunter Spider mode, you know, as well, increased base hit chance means that depending on how long the SP1 boost lasts for, if you can then get up to SP2, boom, hit in, then it could mean that you're doing a significant amount of damage more than what you'd expect. So that could be interesting. The second character to look out for is Punisher. The bleed increases, which is amazing, going and coupling with stuff like deep wounds. Providing deep wounds in the mastery setup doesn't get a nerf as bad as we think. Coupled with SP1 and SP2 and the new ability Open Wound, as well as the character having physical resistance, this is going to mean that the character is really sought after. And I'm kind of annoyed because for the last 2 years, or over 2 years I've been playing the game, I've never received him from an arena crystal. Oh my god, I wish that I had. But I suppose the 3-star that I've got, which is 99, most people's 3-star Punishers are 99, but I suppose I'll be able to test him out on that. So yeah, this is really positive and is a real champion to watch out for. With Hulk becoming more powerful, he also takes a bit of damage. I mean, you know, Hulk is pretty robust and generates quite a bit with regards to Fury. However, though, he bleeds like a bitch. Having physical resistance in place is good. Chance to trigger Fury now increases the Hulk's increases the lower Hulk's health is. So basically, if he gets hit to hell and back, it means obviously he's going to be more powerful. He's going to be hitting in some really kind of meaty shots. And also special attacks have a chance to stun the opponent. The duration of stun increases for each Fury effect Hulk has active. When brought below 25% health, Hulk now gains a massive Fury effect, which is kind of good because Red Hulk was more powerful. Now Standard Hulk is going to be a little bit more powerful, which is needed for the character because he's just not getting anything. Now we get something. Hulk is going to be a little bit more powerful. Is he going to be a character that's going to be used in big boss fights? Maybe. You know, if he's going to be then have a lot of his health taken down, then it's going to come to a point where Hulk is going to Hulk out and he's going to kick some ass. So one of the champions that I really like is Yellow Jacket, and I like the fact even more that they're doing this. So the laser blast on the special 2 attack animation have been split into 3 separate hits. So obviously from a point of view of evading away from this character, it's going to be depending on the trajectory, because if it's with I think it's with the L2 that the trajectory is not across, it's at an angle. So this one will be a case of, well, what will it be? Will it be like short, medium, long range kind of blast, or is it going to be boom, boom, boom like that? So would you then therefore have to do 3 swipes away, or would you have to then do 1 complete hard swipe away, so like a hard evade, and go right the way across in order to avoid out these hits? If that's the case, it's going to make the character a little bit more interesting, putting him on an unblockable node, and that would be quite nice, providing you can obviously evade away from it. Each of the laser hits on the special 2 has a chance to trigger a power sting to match the current special 1. Excellent, because the SP2 was always the weaker one. I was always applying SP1 and then was like, oh, well, SP2 is a little bit more powerful, so I then avoided doing it. But now, based on that, I'll probably be doing special 2. And special 3 now has 100% chance to trigger a power sting that lasts 16 seconds. That is brilliant. Imagine that. Special 3, say you've been kind of even on the back foot, you put in special 3, boom, you then hitting up SP1, 3 are applied, you know, that's good. That's good. It's like, and then, or maybe like SP2, just go from special 3 to special 2. Special 3, 16 seconds to build up an SP2, boom, we're putting in for a power sting, and then hoping that the enemy character again puts it in without, well, I suppose providing the character doesn't hit out their special. You could do a lot there. You could potentially stack 4 power stings in a very short space of time, or maybe even more. But you'd have to rely on the enemy not doing their specials and maybe kind of building them up. Maybe a character that could be helpful for things with regards to like Realm of Legends. I don't know. I really am quite excited to kind of get this character in its new form and kind of boom, blast away. But these are some characters that I think, you know, will be ones to watch out for. You could say that Winter Soldier would be one to look out for as well. But there's a lot of, I'd say, skill-based knowledge that's got to be done with that character. Now it's been changed. That all being said, I hope that this is a very kind of easy transaction from one state of affairs to another. And that, unfortunately, even though the change management from a perspective of a company like Kabam to us has been piss poor, that we can carry on with this game and it will be still what we love to play day in, day out, and put all this extensive time into it. But yeah, I shall see you all on the 1st of March and subsequently days after, talking about this and also trying to see if we can then find little kind of like hints, tricks and tips to make the experience easier in some respects to then grind out the game. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to myself, RichTheMan, for more Marvel Contest of Champions content. If you did want a breakdown of the list and the things that we covered, then have a look in the description or the comment section below for the pinned comment. And as always, I shall catch you on the flip side. And don't forget to follow me on social media. The links to those are in the description below. Thanks again. Bye-bye.